Greetings, everyone. Well, it's closer look time again. I figured since last week we talked about the Munsters, this week we'd kind of talk about its direct competition at the time, the Addams Family. Yes, we're going to take a look at the DVD collection. There's not much of a history to go into with these. There's basically been one release of it that's been repackaged ever so slightly a couple times over the years. And I have another special treat for you as well that kind of ties into this. So let's check it out today on A Closer Look on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Now, when the Addams Family debuted, it premiered around the same time as the Munsters. So we had two sitcoms on TV about strange, creepy families. Now, as a kid, I've said this before, but as a kid, I definitely leaned more towards the Munsters because they were monsters. You had the Frankenstein monster was the dad of the family. The grandpa was Dracula, and then the wife was Dracula's daughter, and then the kid was a wolf man, and there was a dragon that lived under the stairs, and, what kid wouldn't be into all that stuff? And they had a really cool car, and a dragster, and, yeah, it was awesome. Still love it. But whereas the Addams Family was just kind of a weird family. A little bit gothy, a little bit, I don't know, kind of twisted. But otherwise, they were basically just regular folks. They were just really weird. But honestly, as an adult, kind of revisiting both of them, I'm leaning more towards the Addams Family, because I think just in terms of the quality of the writing, I think the Addams Family has a bit of an edge over the Munsters. But really, it's a Star Trek, Star Wars thing, right? Like, well, you can only like one of them the most. It's like, no, it really doesn't matter. Honestly, I like both of them equally. That's why I own them both. I don't see why we have to get into this whole thing. Well, which one do you like better? There must be one you like a little bit better. It's like, well, I don't know. Like I said, I think the Addams Family is slightly better written, but I enjoy both of them equally. So there you go. If that's bad, I'm sorry. All right. So the Addams Family on DVD, pretty straightforward. We've got Volume 1. Volume 2. And Volume 3, and that's it. Between the 3 volumes, you get all 64 episodes of the series. I don't know why they didn't just do it as Season 1, Season 2, like the Munsters did. Maybe they just wanted to milk it for one more volume. I don't know, whatever. We get more package art, so cool. And honestly, these individual sets were fair. I don't remember specifically what I paid for them. I bought them quite a while ago, but I remember they weren't terribly expensive. They had come pretty far down in price. So the special thing I wanted to show you is back when I worked at Chapters many moons ago, very often cool stuff would show up on the bargain racks, like the discount racks. So this was one of them, a big treasury edition, The World of Chaz Addams, or Charles Addams, because as you may or may not know, the Addams Family was actually based on the comic strips of Charles Addams, who actually based the comic strips off his own family. So I thought we'd take a little look at this as well as we're taking a look at the DVDs. So let's head on down to the black box and we'll check all this kooky stuff out. Okay, so here we go. This is the first set. So we have, it's kind of odd, they call it the complete first volume. Like, I don't know, why didn't they just do Season 1, Season 2? I guess they wanted to milk it a little bit. Get an extra volume out of there. And there you go. So we do have a fair amount of special features on here. We've got You Rang, Mr. Addams featurette, Snap Snap featurette, The Addams Family theme song karaoke, audio commentary on The Addams Family Goes to School, Morticia the Matchmaker, and Cousin It Visits the Addams Family, original drawings and photos, and The Addams Family Portrait featurette. So there you go. Pretty nice, nicely loaded set. And here we have some lovely flipper discs. Gotta love those, eh? Yeah, my favorite. Nothing underneath there. If we go here, we've got all the contents, disc by disc contents listed on the inside. Now, I do believe these are single layer double-sided, so haven't had any playback problems with them. Fingers crossed. Knock on, there's some wood in here somewhere. Knock on wood. So there you go. So this has 22 episodes. And here we have the complete Volume 2. It's so strange, isn't it, that they call it that? I think the original release just called it Volume 2, and that was it. That was really the only difference. The cover art's the same across all of the releases. There's really nothing to speak of as far as comparisons go. It's not quite like the Munsters set where there was a gajillion different versions. But, yeah, so this one has 21 episodes. And special features, we got another pretty loaded selection here. We have Mad About the Addams featurette. Experts discuss the history and impact of the show. Thing and Cousin It commentaries. Watch two kooky characters comment as you view their favorite scenes. I have not watched that. That sounds like fun. Guest star seance interactive featurette. A magical crystal ball conjures guest star clips and trivia. Tombstone trivia on Morticia's Romance Part 1. And finally, audio commentary with the Addams Chronicles author Stephen Cox. So very cool. Really, really nice set. And, oh, this one's actually white on the inside, and we got all the contents listed there. And once again, it is all those wonderful flipper discs that we all love so much. Yeah. The complete series sets of this, by the way, are just the season sets in a box. There's nothing special or different about them. And, yeah. So here we have the complete Volume 3. I mean, it sort of suggests that there's an incomplete Volume 3 out there. So, you know, I don't know, it's just weird that they would call it that. Anyway, I just fixate on that, I know. So anyway, very nice cover art here. This one has the final 21 episodes. And a bunch of special features again. Let's just quickly look at the special features. Select scene commentaries by Thing and Cousin It again. Like, I really wonder how that works, because Cousin It doesn't speak English, and Thing doesn't speak at all. So is it just going to be him, like, knocking on the table or something? I don't know. Tombstone trivia on Cat Addams, and audio commentary with the Addams Chronicles author Stephen Cox. So, very cool. I think once I get through all the movie madness, I'd really like to just dive into this set. And with the Munsters as well, actually. Oh, and here we go. We got kind of a nice, almost wallpaper design there. Can you see? Yeah, you can kind of see that. And then all the disc by disc contents. And finally, the last batch of wonderful flipper discs. All of them. They're not a single-sided disc in the whole bunch. But as I say, I mean, they're single layer, dual-sided, so not really too problematic there. So if we just take a look here, there is, let's pull back a little bit. Yeah, let's pull back a little bit. There you go. The entire Addams Family saga. Can we pick them all up? There we go. Okay, very nice. All right. Now, I promised you a look at the book, didn't I? So here we go. This is The World of Chaz Addams. We're going to pull this way back. There we go. Okay. And this is very nice. So basically his comic strips are very much like, kind of like The Far Side. If you look, they're basically single panel gags and stuff like that. So let's see if we can find an Addams Family one here. There's a few around. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see. But yeah, we got like little. I mean, a lot of it is very kind of twisted, dark humor, but very, very fun. So if I sort of flip through it a little bit here, see if I can find one of the Addams Family ones. Oh, here we are. Yeah, here's an Addams Family one, right there. I don't know how well you can read that. It says, "We won't be late, Miss." I can't read it. "We won't be late, Miss Weems. Get the children to bed around 8 and keep your back to the wall at all times." Yes. So here you go. So there's quite a few of the original Addams Family comics in here. Very, very cool. But this is just a wonderful, wonderful compendium. There's some color ones as well, some slightly political ones. He would do all kinds of. There's Morticia and Grandma there. Yeah, very, very cool. So yeah, definitely recommend picking this up if you can find it. I have no idea how available it is nowadays. I got this when I worked at Chapters. It was in the bargain bins. And working at Chapters, that's a Canadian book chain. They're owned by Indigo Books, which I think is also in the States. But they were just in the process of being bought by Indigo, actually, when I was working for them. But the cool thing about working there is the 40% off employee discount, which would also apply to bargain books. So even if a bargain book was like $5, I'd still get 40% off of that. So something like this might have cost me $3. I mean, that is a phenomenal deal. So needless to say, anytime graphic novels or anything like that would show up in the bargain bins, yeah, you can see it's strike through the thing there to indicate it's a bargain title. I would grab them. Like I bought so many comics and like trade paperbacks and big beautiful hardcover editions of stuff for just a pittance. And then they would also have bag sales where basically you'd pay a flat, say, $10 to just load up a bag with bargain books, and whatever you could fit in the bag, you would just get it for $10. So yeah, definitely made use of those sales. In fact, I think this one might have been one of the bag sales. So very, very cool. I would love to get more of his comics because they're great. I love the dark, twisted humor. I'm a big fan of stuff like The Far Side and things like that. So so this kind of humor is right up my alley. It's basically like early days of Far Side style twisted humor. It's just great stuff. And there you have it, the wonderful, ooky, kooky, spooky world of the Addams Family in its entirety. I need to pick up the movies one of these days. I really enjoyed the two movies with Raul Julia, Angelica Houston, and of course Christina Ricci just being the best Wednesday ever. Just so dark and creepy and twisted. Really great version of that character. But I haven't seen any of the later ones they did with other casts, but I really enjoyed those two, so I need to pick them up one of these days. For some reason at this point in time, at least here in Region A land, only the first one is available on Blu-ray. Like, what's up with that? Why can't we get the second one, please and thank you? So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, gotta love some Addams Family. Alrighty, that is it for this week's Closer Look. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and big thanks to my Patreon sponsors. Alright, sayonara.